سلام دوستان. تا حالا به این فکر کردید که چرا ورزش‌هایی مثل پیلاتس انقدر محبوب شدن؟ یا اینکه چرا وقتی اسمشون میاد یه تصویر خاص از یه بدن ایدئال میاد توی ذهنمون؟ توی این ویدیو قراره به این سوال جواب بدیم. آیا پیلاتس فقط یه ورزشه یا تبدیل شده به یه استاندارد فرهنگی؟ اگر زبان آموز هستید این موضوع براتون خیلی مهمه، چون قراره کلمات و اصطلاحاتی رو یاد بگیرید که تو بحث‌های اجتماعی، فرهنگی و یا حتی روانشناسی بدن استفاده میشن. مثلا میتونید راحت درباره pressure of perfection یا beauty standards حرف بزنید. پس بزن بریم.
But at least be top, I need some of my right fly.
Let's get one thing straight. Pilates didn't start with glossy reformer machines and influencers in muted two-piece sets. It started in a world war.
People give Pilates a bad rap, but I'm going to teach you about Pilates right now. The man who invented Pilates, that sounds like a joke, but it's not a joke. The man who invented Pilates was named Joe Pilates, okay? Mr. Pilates, Joe, if you will, decided while he was imprisoned in an internment camp in World War I that he needed a way to exercise his body, okay? Pilates is literally a prison workout.
Yes. No, really. The man behind Pilates, Joseph Pilates, developed the method to help fellow detainees maintain mobility. So how exactly did we leap from barbed wire and bunk beds to boutique studios offering sculpt and lengthen packages for $40 a session? Here's the plot twist. Like yoga before it, Pilates was never just about fitness. It was about identity. What kind of body is desirable? And more importantly, who gets to decide that?
You're 200 pounds, you shouldn't be in a Pilates class. There's no reason why they should allow 200-pound people in a level 2 class. Or you shouldn't be allowed to be a Pilates instructor if you have a gut and you're fat.
Hi Queen, so this is actually giving major loser behaviour. And it sounds like you're someone who doesn't actually know the history, the origins, the core ethos behind Pilates. Fun fact, Joseph Pilates was actually inspired by the intuitive stretching movements of cats, which I think is really inquisitive and cute of him. With that all being said, the core principles, ethos of Pilates is inclusivity and accessibility. Therefore, Pilates is a principle and a practice that anyone can do. And I'm not gonna lie, I find it really jarring that you think that you're eligible to police people's bodies when you have no credentials or care for the practice of Pilates, clearly. Anyone and everyone deserves the chance to exercise and to feel good about themselves. And I just know that poor Mr. Joseph Pilates would be turning in his grave right now if he's seen your pitiful, pathetic and harmful rhetoric.
In 2025, the conversation around Pilates has shifted from surface-level trends to serious critiques of how the practice is marketed and consumed. Recent reporting from Woke Business reveals that wellness influencers promoting Pilates aren't just sharing workouts. They're shaping consumer behavior to drive profits for billion-dollar fitness and apparel industries. Pilates content now serves as a strategic entry point into what experts call soft luxury branding, where daily movement is less about health and more about creating a visual identity that sells products, privilege, and a curated vision of self-discipline. Pilates content now serves as a strategic entry point into what experts call soft luxury branding, where daily movement is less about health and more about creating a visual identity that sells products, privilege, and a curated version of self-discipline. This reframes Pilates as not merely a form of exercise, but a commercial pipeline, one that rewards certain body types, tones, and lifestyles, while excluding others under the guise of aspiration.
Pilates morphed into a cultural status symbol with its own aesthetics, clientele, and even a look. Enter the Pilates body. You've seen it. Lean, toned, but not bulky. Think Gwyneth Paltrow meets a Pinterest board called Clean Girl Energy. But here's the irony. The so-called Pilates body is often less about what the practice actually does to your muscles and more about what it signals. Wealth, discipline, whiteness, and a subtle but firm distance from any form of struggle or fatness.
Was anybody else ever told that they're too fat to do Pilates? I shouldn't even laugh, it's terrible. But yeah, 6 years ago, I was wanting to try Pilates. As per usual, I was trying to lose weight, so I thought, oh, you know what, that seems like a lovely activity to do. I go to one of those reformer Pilates with the crazy machines, and I walk in early to do the class, and she kind of looked me up and down, and in so many words was like, maybe you need to come back. Maybe this isn't the best class for you. She didn't call me fat to my face, but she called me fat to my face. Fast forward, it's now been many, many years. I am actually trying my first reformer class. I'm going to work on getting some abs for the summer. So I'll keep you guys posted on how that goes. But has anybody else been called fat? Like a weight limit to the reformer? Maybe there is, and they just didn't want to tell me there was, but
This performative approach to health, where effortlessness is the ultimate currency, feeds body dysmorphia, low self-worth, and a belief that one's body must constantly be controlled or corrected. And as NTAI Fitness Journal bluntly puts it, Pilates has been weaponized not to heal but to sort, to quietly separate who belongs in wellness spaces and who doesn't.
And let's not forget how this image has been marketed. Videos titled How to Get a Pilates Body in 2 Weeks aren't actually about strength, posture, or core alignment. They're selling you a silhouette, a lifestyle, a class aspiration wrapped in stretchy fabrics. But here's where it gets truly surreal. When a person from other backgrounds posts similar content, they're often met with comments like, that's not real Pilates, or you're doing it wrong. Suddenly, Pilates isn't just about movement anymore. It's racialized and gatekept. So the question isn't just, does Pilates work? It's, what is Pilates working on? Our abs or our subconscious biases? خب دوستان، همونطور که دیدیم پیلاتس فقط یه ورزش نیست. یه پکیج فرهنگیه. یه جور نگاه خاص به بدن، زیبایی، نظم و حتی نژاد. حالا شما با اصطلاحاتی مثل cultural standards، racialized beauty و aspirational fitness آشنا شدید که میتونه توی آزمون‌ها، کلاس‌ها یا حتی بحث‌های اجتماعی ازشون استفاده بشه. یادتون باشه یادگیری زبان فقط یاد گرفتن گرامر نیست، یاد گرفتن دیدگاهه. مرسی که با من بودید.